Bawaal is something which is very close to my heart, probably because it's a lot of personal stuff which is involved in it, which I'll come to it at a later time.
Sure.
But yes, it feels quite personal, and I think the reason why I feel Bawaal is special to me is like I genuinely believe that this is a story which needed to be told, and like what I have witnessed in the past, my work has had some positive impact on people, the way they think, the way they behave, and hopefully this is going to be no different than that. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for that. Okay, I'll come to the World War II specifically at a later stage, but let me tell you what the film is all about. The way we look at life, the way we look at relationships, whether it is husband, wife, or with your parents, or with your kids, or with your friends, everything is governed by your psychology or your values in life. And your values in life can be moral, partly moral, immoral. Okay?
True.
But what we were 10 years back, we are not the same person right now. Our values have
Absolutely.
changed. We change as people. There are certain life experiences which change us. So Bawal is all about that, about relationship, about life experiences, coming of age, and much more. It's quite a layered piece.
This word comes out inherently from the script. And this question also should be directed to Nitesh sir. I'm the one who got it registered only.
Yeah. See, there are two ways of looking at it. There's a physical Bawal and there's a, emotional Bawal. And if you remember the last dialogue of the trailer, which says World War तो खत्म हो गई पर अंदर की ये war कब खत्म होगी कोई नहीं
Yeah.
जानता.
Absolutely.
So this Bawal is more internal.
इधर इतनी मीडिया आई है कि अगर हम लोग ने Q&A नहीं शुरू किया तो ये लोग बवाल कर देंगे. And let's start with the Q&A because I can see all of them. और लोग ने अभी हाथ ऐसे उठाए मारने के लिए या पूछने के लिए. Let's find that out. So I think let's start with the Q&A, guys. Rohit, yeah.
We started this film, about a year back, and when we were going through the material, we thought, and after seeing the dailies and after seeing the edit, all of us thought that this should be said internationally on a single day, simultaneously in all the languages. Nitesh sir was there. We all agreed, Varun, all the people. And finally, we had a great partner like Amazon. To put it, they were so, overwhelming to see this film being released in 200 countries and not a better partner than them.
सर मैं सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहूँगा कि आई लाइक टू कीप माई कार्ड क्लोज टू माई चेस्ट. अगर मैं आपको सब बता दूंगा तो फिर वो 21 जुलाई को जो फिल्म रिलीज हो रही है शायद आप बोलोगे कि ये तो मुझे सब पता है इसके बारे में. तो आई थिंक द आइडिया ऑफ अ ट्रेलर इज क्रिएट क्यूरियोसिटी एंड लेट पीपल वंडर व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज हैपनिंग, हाउ दे वुड हैव डन इट. And please watch the movie for the answer. It's going to be like, I do not want to do spoiler for a lot of people who would not want to know that.
तो मेरे बकेट लिस्ट में हमेशा था कि मैं नितिश तिवारी सर के साथ काम करूं, हमेशा से. जब से मैंने उनकी पिक्चरें देखी थी, दंगल देखी थी या छिछोरे देखी थी, हमेशा से मुझे उनके साथ काम करना था. तो मुझे अभी भी याद है कोविड का वक्त था और मैं उनसे बोलता था कि सर मैं आके मिलूँ क्या, कुछ कहानी है, कुछ है. तो एक दिन मैं उनके ऑफिस पे पहुंचा था और लिटरली मैं उनको बोल रहा था कि आप सोचिए, कुछ तो सोचिए. बट देन इट वाज लाइक आफ्टर 6, 7 or 8 months that Nitish sir had a story and he was like, Varun, I have to see if you fit this. बट मुझे तो बहुत मज़ा आया इनके साथ काम करने में. और जिस तरीके से आई पर्सनली फील इट्स वन ऑफ माई बेस्ट कैरेक्टर्स, क्योंकि एक आँख है कैरेक्टर में, एक रियलाइजेशन है. और हमें हमेशा मौका नहीं मिलता है हमें काम के साथ लोगों को एक सीख देना या एक फ़िलॉसफी देना. सो फॉर मी ये फिल्म बहुत कुछ सिखा के जाएगी लोगों को. एंड आज के टाइम में जैसे दुनिया में जहाँ चीज़ें इतनी ऑर्गेनिक नहीं है, जहाँ हर चीज़ पहले से ही सेट की जाती है, मैनिपुलेटेड होती है, आई फील दिस फिल्म इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इट्स द क्लोजेस्ट टू द ट्रूथ ऑफ लाइफ एट द मोमेंट.
Okay, I'll tell you, when you start writing the arc of your characters, you go back and look at the events and the incidents which kind of can play an important role in the overall arc of that character and the relationship in general. And it is not just about Hitler, you know, there are many more things which you may not have seen in the trailer. But everything, every incident has been very carefully chosen, which can have an impact on the overall arc. Because World War II is humongous. You know, there is so much which has happened. You know, you cannot probably take everything. So you have to only pick and choose things which probably impact the journey of your characters, and that is precisely why it has been taken. Yeah, and Hitler also happens to you. You cannot not have Hitler in World War II. So yes, he also happens to be there. Yeah.
So I think that there are a few things about this film that we've really, really liked, and and of course, it started with, the vision that Nitesh Tiwari has had, and we've all seen his work, and we're all inspired, and we hope to see a lot more. And beyond that, we believe that this is an unconventional love story. It's told starting from the heart of India, and it's the heart of this character is in India, but it takes him on this journey through many countries in Europe where there are life-changing experiences that happen. And again, Nitesh sir is better poised to answer a lot more about the film. But we believe that taking this movie day and date worldwide, 200 countries, is also because this film is not bound by geography, language, and we feel that it's going to transcend across viewers everywhere in the world. So whether it's Prime Video in India or anywhere else, it's really going to work.
A movie should not get over when it gets over. When you leave watching the movie, a part of it should remain with you, and that is what all my attempts have been. And I think when you watch Bawaal, hopefully, fingers crossed, as always, is what I believe in. We can only hope that, again, it will not just entertain you, but it will also make you take a pause, rethink about your life, hopefully, probably reset a few buttons about the priorities of your life in general. And that probably, if your audience can connect with your story at that level, I don't see there is no reason why it should not do Bawaal again. So, yeah.
No, it wasn't. Actually, it wasn't challenging because of this man sitting over here. It was never challenging. And when I got into this film, I was like, sir, मैं क्या prep करूँ? मैं क्या करूँ? I'm playing a history teacher. Should I start prepping कि teachers पढ़ाते कैसे? ये कैसे करते वो? तो he said, कुछ नहीं करना है, brother. तुम आ जाओ इधर office. And then we would sit and then he would read with me. And it was just about finding a rhythm. And he just made me so comfortable being one of the biggest directors of our country. He just made me so comfortable with his humility, the way he treats everyone. I mean, when you see him on set, he'll talk to any person, whatever their job profile is, in the same way where he talked to a big person, with a bigger job profile. And his humility, I think, made me and Janhvi so comfortable that I can maybe confidently say that I'm very sure that this is a very good performance of mine, and that's all thanks to him, actually. It's all thanks to him. And the film says something. I'm very excited for this film to come out, primarily because of performance. Otherwise, you all will always see me कि Varun इधर से उधर जा रहा है, उधर से इधर जा रहा है, telling everyone watch the film. But here I want the film to come out, and then I want to engage more with you all because I'm so sure that what a wonderful film sir has been.
Regarding my film or?
No. In your life, the biggest bawal that has
आपकी
happened.
जिंदगी में सबसे बड़ा बवाल किस मनुष्य ने किया है?
किस मनुष्य आप ही ने किया है? हाँ, रोज जो सताते थे. No, actually, I'm lying. The biggest bawal in my life. Actually, you know what? I want to stick to my answer of it being Bawaal, the film, because the experience that this film has given me, जो ये शूट करने का अनुभव रहा है, नितेश सर के साथ काम करने का जो एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, मुझे इतना कुछ सीखने को मिला. And I think when you have someone like him guiding you, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but I think it changes you in a certain way because you start believing in yourself a lot more when a man like him shows confidence in you. And I think that's the journey that I went on through this film. And I learned so much about the kind of person I want to be, looking at him, the way he would treat people, the kind of films that I want to make, the kind of work that I believe in. And not just him, even seeing Varun's work ethic. And I think for so many reasons, this film is so special. So मेरे life में बवाल ने ही किया है.
कंट्रोवर्सी नहीं, बट ये बहुत ही सच्चा नहीं, इनका भी आंसर बहुत सच्चा है, बिकॉज वेयर शी इज इन लाइफ एट द मोमेंट. फॉर मी इट हैज टू बी माई no, each person is in a different, like Sir said, everyone's on a different path of life. For me it has to be my dog Joey. उसने सबसे ज़्यादा बवाल किया है मेरे ज़िंदगी में, क्योंकि वो 6 बजे उठ जाता है तो मुझे भी उठना पड़ता है. डजेंट मैटर व्हेन आई स्लीप. कभी भी सुसु कर देगा, कभी पॉटी कर देगा. सो फर्स्ट आई गॉट एन यूज टू क्लीनिंग ऑल दिस. तो मुझे कभी नहीं लगा था कि मैं एक्टर बन जाऊँगा, पॉपुलैरिटी कमाऊँगा और उसका सुसु पॉटी क्लीन करूँगा. सो जेन्युइनली इट वॉज द मोस्ट grounding experience that my dog has put me through.
Sajid sir, I think, has been the most amazing collaborator for us as creative people. When we started Earth Sky Pictures, our aim was to just keep telling different kinds of stories. And our association with Sajid sir started from Chichore, and it had been a great experience. And then when we had this story and we started working together, actually it was Sajid sir's idea to get us on board as partners, because he believed in our whole idea of partnership, because of the kind of work we have done. And also thank you Sajid sir and Vardha ma'am for always believing in us and our stories. So we get to learn a lot from Sajid sir in terms of how we look at cinema, because we as creative people, we are directors at heart at the end of the day. And when we're producing films, there's a lot of things which we need to keep in mind, the left brain and the right brain, and how you need to step back sometimes as a creative person, and how you need to put the producer hat at a lot of times. So in the process of working with Sajid sir and now with Amazon, Manish, thank you so much. Your whole team has been really, really awesome. We have learned quite a few things, and I only have, on behalf of Nitesh also, I only have a lot of gratitude that it just gives us more encouragement to produce more films. That's all. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you. One more minute, ma'am.
So my answer will be very biased if you ask me to rate it. So I always believe in getting a feedback from the audiences. We make movies for audiences. We don't make movies for ourselves. There are certain kind of stories which we believe in. Those are the stories. One very important thing is, something new, something unique is what is always a big parameter when it comes to me to choose kind of stories. And I always feel very lucky that Sajid sir is there to back it. Chichore was something which was absolutely fresh. Bawaal is something which is very different, and it needs somebody with a vision, to be there to back it. End of the day, as I said, we create stories, keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that people would love it. And I think the answer you are going to get very soon. That is, I would be the worst person to rate it because I'll be very biased. Yeah, so.
See, in my last film, I played a wolf. So, and in this film, I'm playing something very, very, very different from what I am in real life, in that sense. So, you tell me, don't you think I do unconventional roles? Yeah, so I'm always in the search of doing something. I think as an actor, what is difficult is to be fearless and to fight your own insecurity. हम आज की दुनिया में हर इंसान को, forget being an actor, हर इंसान को, every human being has to fight his insecurities before he does anything, because we care so much about our image. हम लोग सब ये image के पीछे भागते रहते हैं, filter लगा के ज़िंदगी जीते हैं आजकल. And that is exactly what even this film is about. Like I said, it's the truth, कि ज़िंदगी में आपको क्या चाहिए, आपके priorities क्या है. I don't want to give out these things because, like Sir said, this is something which has to be experienced and sensed, and hopefully it will touch you and will stay with you. Bawaal is a film which hopefully आप recommend करोगे आपके family में, आपके दोस्तों को. And I've actually I don't know how I'll come across in the press or how this gets written about, but I've never been more confident about how a film will be received by people than I am about Bawaal. I'm so sure about it, actually. So I'll answer this question as a dancer as well, because there are so many genres in dance. You can start with street hip hop and then flow into lyrical, or you go into crumping. So every emotion has a kind of a genre of music in this film. You know, Dilo Ki Doriya is the song which is in the trailer. That is like the full shadi banger type of number. Then my favorite and Janhvi's favorite right now, Mithun song which Arijit sir has sung. You know, Tumhe Kitna Pyar Karte, which is I think it's a song which will keep growing and transcend. And then there's another song called which is our second song which will come out. Let that also build up. So there are many different genres of songs. Nayandeep, yes, I'll make a reel with you after this. But many different genres of songs are there on which we can do a lot of fun stuff. And as a dancer, you'll get to express yourself on all of them.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, my favorite song is the song that we released the audio of recently. But Dilo Ki Dori, you saw Doriyan, you saw snippets of that in the trailer. That was one song that we got to dance to a little bit, which was a lot of fun.
Tumhe kitna pyar karo. The world is ending, and the last song he's hearing is Tumhe kitna pyar karo. So I thought that was really beautiful. Amazing.
So this partnership is now, we've had this partnership for many, many years. We've started with, beautiful films like, Bachchan Pandey, Hero Panti 2, and we've continued the partnership with many, many more films. So I think sometime this time last year, we announced a worldwide exclusive partnership and a multi-year, multi-film partnership with Nariyarwala Grandson Entertainment and Amazon Prime Video. And we're really thrilled about that. This month itself has been super exciting, and we were speaking about it. Satya Prem comes to us after the theatrical. We have Bawaal coming this month, and we have many others that are going on the floor. So I think this is a partnership we're really, really excited about.
Which is the most special one, Manish?
Bawaal has to be.
Has
yeah,
to be
it has to
Bawaal,
be.
no, must.
We're right here, all of us.
Most special one for Manish.
And I think just one more thing, what makes this even more special is, just think about a movie like Bawaal. It's a movie that's rooted in India, made for the world, no boundaries. It has phenomenal, cast, and we're so happy that we could work with Janhvi and Varun again. We are blessed to have, Nitesh sir as a director, of this film, after, the national award-winning partnership between Sajid sir and Nitesh sir with Chichore. We're back again with, another blockbuster, I would say. So, I mean, there's so much to speak about the film. Music is phenomenal. So, we're super, super thrilled. And you're going to hear a lot more coming from us.
I definitely, this is a very good question. I manifested every day, and I still manifest every day. I just keep putting out positive thoughts of what should happen in my future, in my life. I keep manifesting it. And when I was your age or even younger, probably, I would manifest it. But if anyone would ask me, anyone in my family would ask me, do you want to be an actor? I would say, no, I don't want to be. I want to be a businessman. But in my heart, I knew I wanted to be an actor, but I wouldn't say it because I didn't have anything to prove. So till I didn't actually get my first ad, I didn't tell people openly. Or till I didn't in fact tell my father I want to be an actor till I got student of the year. Because I didn't know from what, in what way to go up and tell him, because he was so successful and how hard he works. So until I didn't know that I'm going to work that hard, I didn't have the guts to tell anyone, but in my heart, in my soul, every day, just manifesting of the future, and I still do it. I get inspired by people like you, Kashvi. I get very inspired when I meet you and I see how free you are in a world where people are supposed to, behave very correctly, sit very correctly. So even I try to be a child, exactly. Like just right now where you are, that's what I'm trying to be right now. And like I'm the only one holding this in my hand and maybe I'm looking like a fool. But I'm having a great time. So that's what I try to do. Now I'll give Janhvi Didi before you take my case more once.
Sorry. I was pinching myself every day because it's such a big opportunity for me to work with everyone on this stage today. And I tried really hard to convince them to take me in the film. I chased them. I think I stalked Nitesh sir and Sajid sir quite a bit. I think I troubled them a lot. And then when I finally got the film, every day, how special it was to be on the set with such talented people telling this very special story. I honestly was in disbelief. And yeah.
You've put your wish in the universe, and that's what they say. You want to do something, please put your wish in the universe, and hopefully it will materialize. Fingers crossed.
So cute.
magic moments in the movie. I think there's a lot of humor in this movie, which I mean, it's a little. I mean, I was finding it funny while while shooting those scenes when I'm a little mean to Janhvi. But I enjoyed even doing. It was very cold. It was raining, and we were supposed to do this dance where someone's trying to teach us how to do salsa in the middle of the road, and it was really cold, and we were shooting next to this pub in Poland. In Amsterdam, was this? Yeah, sorry, in Amsterdam. And that was really fun, shooting that. And because Nitish was not really telling us what to do in the choreography. He was saying, कर लो भैया, तुम लोग को आता है, कर लो. ज़्यादा कर दिया तो काट दूंगा. But that was a lot of fun to shoot. Besides all the acting moments, I don't want to say right now. When you'll see the film, then we can show off a little bit about that. But yeah.
Yeah, I think in the trailer as well, there's that scene where me and Varun are having a conversation in a restaurant. That was a lot of fun to shoot, and it's actually one of my favorite scenes in the film as well.
The bigger challenge, shooting usually falls in place, but the bigger challenge was to come up with a story like this and to write a screenplay on that. And I'm very grateful to Ashwini. She came up with the story, and she was generous enough to give it to me to direct. I know how difficult it is for creators to part with their babies. But yeah, thank you so much. Shooting difficulties were the most challenging bits were derailed me. Okay. Yeah, the shooting challenges. I think the most challenging moments were the recreating portions of history, because we wanted to not only be factually correct, but we wanted to be correct in terms of the production design as well as the costumes and every detail possible. And that is something which took a lot of research for my production design team and my costume team. And trying to recreate something of that magnitude is never easy. And I mean, there was no way we could afford to go wrong. So the most challenging one I can say was probably shooting the Omaha Beach war sequence. Physically and emotionally, both, it was quite exhausting for all of us.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that was the toughest part of our shoot, the whole war on D-Day
Right.
on Omaha Beach. Yeah. See, my criteria is very simple. I have material on hand and I have talent to choose from. And you always try to see, how do I surprise my audience with my choices also, and present something which they have never seen before. So, I mean, I don't think I needed to be convinced about the acting capabilities of Varun and Janhvi. I had seen most of their work. When I met them, Sajid sir and me met them, the kind of vibes which we got. Sajid sir knows them much more than I do, but the kind of vibes I got from them kind of comforted me, kind of sincerity they showed. And I can say with a lot of confidence is this side of Varun and Janhvi, you guys are going to see for the first time, is what I can say.
That was Judwa 1, that was 95, 94, 94. I know how he struggled. He's a big struggler. We did Dishum together, we did Judwa 2 together. He's very disciplined, what as a production house we look at. And the surprise element was Janhvi, the way she struggled. One day she barged into the office and my inbox was always full with all the messages. Please, audition me, audition me, audition me. That's different that later on she was only with Nitesh sir with all the Italis. What Nitesh sir got, she never came to my cabin again after she got the film. But the way she struggled for the film was fantastic, and people say Anna, they don't struggle. I'm very proud of this talent and the way they've shot in that weather. 3 months shooting on the strip of Amsterdam, Paris, Poland, and Germany, and without cancellation coming back. That's a producer's dream, and they are one. Thank you.
I think Amsterdam for me, because I think I fell in love with the city, and as a team, I think we all spent a lot of time in that city as well. so a lot of good memories. But when we were in Poland, we actually went to visit Auschwitz, which was a very moving experience, and I think it taught us a lot about the gravity of what we were making and what we were speaking about. So that left a very long-lasting impression on me and Varun both.
Yeah.
For me, it'll be Kanpur because जिस school में अज्जू भैया teacher है, believe it or not, my father was a student in that school.
Wow.
He went to school over there.
Wow, that's a
So-
great fact to know.
Yeah, my dad obviously was, he would live in Kanpur for many, many years, went to school over there. My chacha went to school over there. So जिस school में हम लोग ने shooting की, my dad would actually, like, he was a student over there, and then I would talk to him and reminisce about all his times over there, and he would, actually it's so funny, कानपुर से मतलब मेरे जो last director है अमर कौशिक वो भी वहाँ से है. My dad is there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Nitesh sir is there. मतलब तीन director मेरे जिंदगी में, तीन मेरे favorite director कानपुर से. तो just I said कुछ तो नाता होगा वहाँ से. So it was just wonderful to shoot in Kanpur with the people and the lingo which we had to catch, which जो बहुत आसान हो गया नितिश सर के वजह से, क्योंकि वो वैसे ही कानपुर में जाके तो वैसे ही उधर की हो गए थे वो, मतलब वैसे ही वो जैसे चलते थे स्ट्रीट्स पे ऐसे, फिर बोला नितिश सर क्या कर रहे हो आप, अरे अभी मैं तो इधर से ही हूँ ब्रदर. So
Thank you so much for such a lovely question. I don't keep a very conscious. I don't make rules, that these are the only kind of movies which I would make. There is no such rule. Sometimes you chase ideas, and sometimes ideas chase you. So that's what happens, when it was Chechore, I was chasing that idea. When it was Dangal, that idea came to me from somebody else. So that's what's been happening with me. And but yes, I mean, there are certain do's and don'ts which are there when I finally decide to do a film. And this one came from Ashwini, like I said before. And I mean, so I can tell you, that idea chose me this time. So it's been happening with me on and off like that. Yeah.
I just want to add here. Actually, the story Bawaal also has a lot of, which Nitesh said that he'll do as a one-to-one, but I think I need to tell this, is that that it was a lot of experiences of what Nitesh and I had when we traveled across Europe also, and the kind of things we could do and experience. So a lot of that experiences are there in this story. Apart from that, Nitesh's father was a education head across MP state, and he was also a history teacher. And of course, not the kind of character which we have created for Varun. He was an amazing person, and there was a lot of yes, and so Papa always used to teach history, and it's very emotional. So he used to teach a lot of history, and he wanted to go to across Europe to see all the places where the experiences of World War happened, and he wanted to see and understand that whole thing, is because throughout his life he taught history, but he had never visited those places to understand what actually happened. And we were supposed to go to Germany. I was supposed to take him to Germany, and he fell sick. And I could not take him to Germany. I could not take him to any of those places. And this is also a note to Nitesh's dad, who's no more. But it reminds me a lot of what he told us about a lot of things when we used to talk to him about relationships and how we need to experience them. Yeah.